Om Shanti, and welcome to Soul to Soul. My name is Rose Brahmakumaris, Glasgow, and we're going to talk about abundance and self-respect. Is it possible, or it is possible, to have feelings of true abundance? Because it's your nature as a soul to feel full, happy and content. But however, most people experience low self-esteem and often feel unfulfilled. I wonder what's the reason for this? So we have to really put our thinking caps on here, because the reason for this is we're spiritual beings, but we've been aware for a long, long journey that we're only physical beings. We're completely caught up in our physical personalities. And we love to be recognized and praised and noticed. It's our nature. But after a while we wonder why we still feel unfulfilled. It's like, you may be very beautiful, you're a good dancer, good singer, good homemaker, good cook, and you get praised and praised, but it isn't enough. Why? And when we start to learn Raj Yoga meditation and listen to some of the information, we begin to understand that we need more than this. The only thing that will make us dance with joy is if someone touches our hearts by recognizing that I am a soul. Because in the physical world, for everyone, it's not good or bad in this, but we're all different, and we have to be different because it's a drama of life. We have to be different. It would be a very strange world if we didn't have all the differences. It's the differences that make up the wonder of life. We come from different umbrellas, different lifestyles, different countries, different everything. And the way we are is different, the way we see things are different. But we have a funny little habit of wanting whoever's around us to be the same as us. And up to a point, you can come into harmony and live quite happy together. But we cannot be the same, even in a family. That's why even in families there are differences. Because someone needs to do something to express themselves, but the families don't want them to do this. And they think they're disobeying or whatever, so it causes a problem. In Raj Yoga we're taught that whatever umbrella anyone's coming from, wherever they're coming from, they're a soul, they're a spirit. Within that, I don't need to make them the same as me. So Raj Yoga isn't here to try and make people all the same, to become people who do Raj Yoga. It's just to give information which may be helpful on everyone's journey. Because everyone will have such specialities such as huge kindness, gentleness, strength, courage, creativity, all sorts of amazing energies. And when I see someone as a soul, I can see that energy in them, the energy for which they played their part in life's drama, and not be daunted or affected by the difference. And the difference sometimes is vast, totally vast, maybe different from I was ever brought up. I wasn't brought up to know anything about this or that or the next thing, and then I come in touch with someone who is completely different. It's almost like they've come off a different planet. But I wouldn't step away from that soul, I would be so happy to meet someone that I can see something different and learn something from, and see the spiritual energy within that soul. And so this is what it is to start to feel abundance in the self, if I start to then see it in others. The others and everyone around me has something amazing to share. And I can teach myself to go beyond any differences which feel uncomfortable to me. And if we're honest, and we become very honest when we do meditation, there's lots of things that could make me feel a little bit uncomfortable, because we like to feel we know everything. We like to feel we're kind of in charge of ourselves, but I'm not in charge if I come in contact with people that I don't even know the way they do things. Then I'm very, very humble. When I first started to come to do this meditation, and I went to the centre and they were cooking food, before that I had been a first-class cook, really good. Everybody loved what I cooked, and I knew what I was doing, and I could make almost anything. But when I went there, I didn't know any way of how they did it. And it was as if I was so sort of, didn't know anything. So you have to have a wee bit of humility. I could only cook 2 things, and that was rice pudding, 3 things, apple crumble and shortbread. That was the only 3 things I could then make that was suited for what people there would accept. And so I had to learn how to do all the other things, how to cook the soup and the stews and all the different things, and how you did it, because they had a great deal of cleanliness and purity in their diet, and so I had to have a look at that, and then I learned. So when we're feeling discontented, we're focusing on what's missing. And if I do this, then what we do is increase the feeling of emptiness. Like, I don't know how to do, I don't know this, don't understand it, what's this? And then I could feel, if in life, you feel I don't have enough, I need more. So when we feel any kind of irritation or lack or envy or wish that I had something, this actually is a dramatic lack of self-respect, but we think this is ordinary. Whatever anyone has achieved, whatever they've got, if I'm jealous of someone, I think, oh gosh, why have I not got that? If someone has something that seems to be something of worth, then they must have also faced the obstacles. Because you cannot get anything without obstacles coming in your path. When I think I wish I was them, I wish I had what they have, then I need to be honest about the effort that might be needed to acquire this. Because ownership takes a lot of energy. And so it's good to be sensible and not add to our possessions just for the sake of it. Everything you have needs some form of maintenance. So if I tick the boxes of how wonderful you are, you have an abundance of goodness, brightness and freshness. You can use your energy to be useful and helpful in the world. If I look at, this is a world of duality. So there's always the sort of negative and the positive. There's always 2 sides to the coin. And you can't achieve anything without facing obstacles. That's where most of us fall short. So we don't want obstacles, we want it just to happen. The least little obstacle and then we're daunted. And we question why this isn't working. So we can think we've come to do meditation and it's not all falling into my lap. Where is it? What's happening? Raj Yoga teaches you to be the master of your inner world, to study and understand your way of thinking and to use your energy kindly, knowing that you are a soul. You won't want for life to bestow abundance. You won't wait for life to bestow abundance on you. The soul has energy to put into life. You have the energy inside you. Your self-respect can be lifted up and you don't need to feel inadequate. You're just going to learn, that's all. It's the ego and everything, all the wrong way of thinking that makes us think I can't, I haven't got, woe is me. But yeah, you can, you just do something. I can feel equal to the journey through life. One of the laws of energy is if you appreciate where you're at, so if you understand, look, I don't know much here, but let me see what I can do, then you can move forward. You can achieve. If you never appreciate where you're at, then you'll never be going anywhere. This is where you'll be blaming everything around you or feeling so comfortable in your own comfort zone and ego and arrogance making you think you're great. But to envy, hope, wish and beg is not helpful. At this time we all have weaknesses because everyone in the world, every single soul in the world has to be going through something. The world has never been quite so peaceless. And we gather our defences, which makes it harder to experience our goodness. So again, if we're too busy defending ourselves and worried about situations, if our mind is filled with defence and worry, how can I see kindness and goodness? How can I understand myself to be a kindly, good soul? You can only have the happiness of the soul when you practice soul conscious awareness. I'm the energy in the centre of my forehead, I'm the light, I'm the thinking being. As I think, so I feel, so I create energy patterns, and so I am. If you think, however, that you need a lot of physical possessions to be happy, then that's fine if that's what you think, but you'll only be happy for 5 minutes. As all of you know, even especially the more wealthy you are, the people that are listening, you want something exclusive and exquisite and wonderful, and you really want this. It costs most of the money you've got, and you go and you get it. That feeling of wow, the minute it enters your home, that's it. You've got it. The wonder is away. You've got it. That's it. You've ticked the box, and you'll know that's true. Think about a car. You got a new car. You see this. Oh gosh. Oh, whew. You get it eventually, and you sit in it, and oh, you go for that little drive. Oh, that was lovely. Got this new car. And then you go home, you park the car, you go and you go back into it the next day. That wow factor is not really actually still there. You just got it, and that's it. That happiness that belongs to the soul isn't happening because it's physical. The car is physical. It takes a lot of energy to have ownership. And try not to add without actually needing something just for the sake of it, because we have to maintain whatever we have. Everything in our home, you have to look after it. It takes up airspace. You have to clean it, you have to have an insurance policy, or you have all the things you have to do to look after whatever possessions you have. You need insurance, and it breaks down, you need it fixed, It takes up loads of your thinking time. Nothing wrong with being comfortable, nothing wrong with having what you need. So the little bit of space that you manage to make over and over again, a little bit more space in your head. Tick the boxes of how wonderful you are. Because you have an abundance of goodness, brightness and freshness inside you. Because the more you think like this, the more the freshness will develop. You can use your energy to be useful and helpful in the world. But when I think I have nothing, this is not what about me, then I'll have nothing to give, either to myself or to the world. But once you put the shine on you, that shine can touch the rest of your life. That shine is the energy inside that you develop through knowing yourself. So connect in the early morning hours with the Divine, the Father, Baba. You feel there's an energy that is perfect, and that you have the great privilege of connecting with that energy. You, out of the billions in the world, have now been given the chance to connect with that energy. You'll start to see really lovely things within yourself that you never even knew were there. So early in the morning to remember you're the soul. When you see that you're the soul, your energy is the same. As physical beings, we're all different. As souls, our energies made up of the same energies. And we have nothing as a soul. So we don't have that pool of like or dislike. I am a soul. The more I can think of this whilst living a physical life, the more I can see the bright, fresh beauty of myself. As I see the beauty of myself, I can begin to appreciate and go beyond all the differences of the other people that I come in connection with in the world. Om Shanti.
A bit more about what energy patterns are. Energy patterns, what do you mean?
Energy patterns are whatever I think and then put into action creates an energy pattern. If I have patterns of jealousy, and I keep thinking, boom, 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 jealous thoughts, and I put it into practice through my words, through saying, who do they think they are? Oh gosh, or I wish I had that, or and then I don't like that person, and then I say bad things about that person. I've created a very strong jealousy energy pattern. So the same goes for dislike or anything that I do. I create an energy pattern. So we obviously have lots of masses of different energy patterns of feeling shut out or not having, or woe is me, or I can't do this and I haven't got that. And I put it into practice. I complain to my friends, I talk about it, I think it, and I have that disgruntled feeling. I walk about thinking that, so I'm creating an energy pattern. when I come to look at meditation and think of the words that I've been talking about, and I think I'm a soul, I'm a thinking being of light, and I have beautiful energies within me of being equal to other people and being kindly and having fresh energy. If I think like this, I do my best and I'm peaceful, because the basic energy is peace. If I can practice that over and over and over again, I'm bringing back my original energies into the soul. My new but original energy patterns are being awakened and strengthened. So I'm making new from the original, I mean they're new for me now, energy patterns, and I remind myself to use them, especially in meditation, and then I practice them throughout the day to make them stronger, so I become a kinder, steadier, friendlier personality. Okay?
Everything physically requiring a lot of maintenance, anything that I take on board. And yet we want these feelings of abundance and fullness and comfort, and you're saying that actually to be quite simple in the physical but start to really explore inside. Could you say more about that, about
Yeah.
to touch the wonder of the self?
Okay. So when we look at our life, we might feel that, I did, that our cupboards are full of useless stuff. that are stuffed with things that I've never looked at, that come from 20 years in the past, where my grannies, my granddads, and this, that, and the next thing. What use are they? They're taking up all my space in the house. They're not only taking my space, but they're taking up my ear space as well, and they're pulling my thoughts over and over again to things that don't really exist now and are in the past. And I'll just use the thing of a new car, for instance. If I get a new car, or if I get a new piece of furniture or a new car, I have to maintain it. But I had a car before, I have to maintain it anyway. But the premiums always go up. But the thing is, I think with cars, I always think it's good to get a new car for safety, depending what your car's like. Because if you're going a lot of long journeys, you want safety as your top thing. But you have to maintain your car. There's insurance and road tax and all the rest of it, so you have to maintain it. So if I need new things in the house, that's different. And if I just get them for the sake of changing the curtains and changing the carpet because I want a new one, or changing all this and changing all that, well, I'm spending a lot of money. So that is, we might say, maintenance. But were they not okay? You know, I could look at it that way. Whatever you get, you have to maintain. You have to look after. It doesn't just come floating in and sit there. And everything wears out as well. And so, you know, if you get a new settee, for instance, you might then find you have to get people who do come and spray it to stop it from having stains on it or whatever. But, you know, whatever it is to do with your house, you have to maintain it. So did I need this, or did I need that, or did I just get it for decoration? So yeah, I like a few decorations here and there, but I don't go over the top. And cupboards, if you've got things, if they're stuffed with things that are useful to you for your life, that's fine. But if they're stuffed with things that are of no use whatsoever, that's a waste of airspace. I think basically you're clever enough, whoever you are, to think of that one through all the way through. Okay, thank you. So I think we'll have a couple of minutes meditation, just focusing on the centre of the forehead, that you're the light, the energy, the soul, the spiritual being in the center of the forehead. I am the point of living life energy. This life energy gives power and strength to my physical body. This energy lights up my physical brain. I am the soul. I look at the energies that make up I, the soul. These are the energies that make up every soul on the planet. Every human soul starts off as purest, fresh, spiritual, powerful energy. And the basis of that soul is peace. Peace gives us the power to play our role. So when the peace wears out and all the cupboards become filled with peacelessness, there is no power left in I, the soul. When I have peace, I can have love, good feelings, good thoughts for myself and for others. And with the combination of peace and love, I can begin to feel feelings of well-being inside, spiritual feelings of inside the soul, of happiness. I am a soul. I am a soul, a being of light. Om Shanti.